At the time we became friends, I was 31 years old and Makavejev 42, 11 years older. I have the habit of seeking out friendships with older people who offer a glimpse of the road ahead and then trying to show them that I can keep up, be as old, as knowledgeable about their cultural references. Ironically, Makavejev was much more receptive to youth culture than I. Perhaps he mistook me for a young person instead of the prematurely middle-aged possessor of an old soul I thought myself to be. Makavejev had a way of speaking in short verbal spurts that came out like a dog's bark. He always sounded hoarse. His favorite word was incredible. He seemed ever on the lookout for the bizarre, and he would get as enthusiastic about the awful as the sublime. In Telluride, his main enthusiasm was for his Yugoslav countryman Nikola Tesla, the inventor of the alternate current, who had once inhabited these mountains and about whom Makavejev considered doing a movie. He hoped by remaking the blue light somehow to tie in Tesla, who, Makavejev would write in a later essay, claimed in the moments of heightened creativity he was radiating a blue light. This essay was called Nikola Tesla Radiated a Blue Light. Wilhelm Reich, too, had a blue light fixation, Makavejev pointed out in the same essay, writing, "Already back in 1934, Reich explained to Erik Erikson that all living creatures radiate a blue light. Erikson did not believe him. Reich invited Erikson, it was in Denmark during the summer vacation, to observe with him couples making love on the beach in darkness. He asserted that the blue radiation, which becomes more intense during the sexual act, can be observed by naked eye. Since then, Erikson considered Reich mad." All these blue light convergences were just the sort of thing to get Makavejev's imagination spinning. Did he himself believe? I sure didn't. I was on Erikson's side. That there was any truth to this theory of blue light, creativity, and sex? Hard to say. There was a refreshingly amoral suspension of disbelief to his enthusiasms. At the very least, a reluctance to make the usual condemning judgments. He preferred to exhibit a baffled wonderment. Incredible! I realize to some degree his abrupt speech patterns and reliance on certain adjectives may have had to do with English not being his first language. He would skip definite articles, as many foreign speakers do. Makavejev had a tolerant manner which was, like every enthusiast I've known, inflected by sudden impatience. For instance, if he wanted to talk when you were talking, and what you were saying bored him, he would start to close one eye. Then when you were done, he would take up from where he last left off, making grunting, "Okay," to signal this continuation. With his bald head, beard, and avid, alert eyes, he kept reminding me of a wolf. There was something vulpine, too, about his powerful, hulking build, though he neutralized that physically intimidating quality around women, making himself into more of a huggable teddy bear. Speaking of wolves, my first encounter with Makavejev was, as I mentioned, when my friend Bill Zavatsky and I interviewed him for the New York Herald, now defunct. He was explaining to us the principles of montage he used in a sequence of WR. He said, "I edited normally, without Stalin. Then I put Stalin in at the moment when Ilyich is speaking Lenin's words. He hits her. She turns to him, and this is not Lenin anymore, it's Stalin. Pure violence. I cut Stalin in at the place where you expect to see Ilyich, and for me, this is like when children discover that this is not grandma, but the wolf."